A year has come and gone. And it's gone forever. But there's always next year. Yeah. But we're going to take this time to remember 2021. I don't know. It
sounds like we're dying.
No, 2021 is, though.
You're right. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Screen Weens. This is episode 125. Mm-hmm. And it's me, London.
Me, Thomas.
And we're going to be talking about our year and doing a little retrospective of the year of Screen Weens.
Yes.
The year we blew up.
I mean...
No, next year. Next year is going to be the year we blow up.
Next year is going to be the year we blow up.
Yeah.
But... I mean...
if we don't blow up figuratively, we will blow up.
By our own metrics, we blew up.
We did.
What are we at? Like
319?
319.
We wanted to be at 250.
Yeah.
Classic.
Do you remember... I remember at the end of last year, we talked about how many movies we wanted to watch this year.
I don't fucking
remember. I don't remember. I think I said some bizarre, I was like, 1,000 movies. Didn't happen.
Last year I watched so many fucking movies. I think I hit 800 or pretty close to it. I think I said I wanted to ease back a little bit. Yeah. And I did. Let's see how many I watched this year. My letterbox isn't completely up to date. I'm behind on a couple reviews, but I watched 410 this year. So a little more than a movie a day.
I want to say I'm somewhere in the 230s. I didn't make it as much. I didn't watch as much as I wanted to this year, but it happens.
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty okay with where I was. There's a couple times I'm I wish I watched a couple more movies this year. Mm-hmm. And there's definitely some big ones that I missed, but in general, I'm yeah.
It says 215, but I'm pretty sure there are some Screen Weens entries that I didn't log. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I guess before we get full retrospective, let's get with the usual.
What did we do this week?
Yeah.
Obviously, we watched Spider-Man, which we'll be talking about after this episode. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to hear our thoughts on that, our video of that should be up on our YouTube channel, so go check that out.
Are we going to do a podcast audio, or will Philip have to go to YouTube?
Philip will have to go to YouTube.
All right, Philip.
Spencer, go to YouTube if you want to know our Spider-Man. But yeah, this week, besides Spider-Man, I've been rewatching the Matrix movies in preparation. We're probably watching... Matrix 4 is out today, but we're probably going to watch 3 today and 4 tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
But I don't think I've ever seen 3 in its entirety. I know it happens, and I know I've seen parts of it, but I don't know. I've never really seen it. But on rewatch, I really, really liked 1. I remember being 1 was fine, but rewatching it, 12 years later, I'm okay, yeah. I really dig this movie.
I watched it as a kid, and I didn't really care for it. Mm-hmm. And I caught, bits and pieces of the sequel, but I'm thinking about rewatching through all 4 of them, or watching through all 4 of them. See if, as an adult, I like it. But, I don't know. We'll see.
No, 1 has grown on me quite a bit. As an adult. 2, which was my favorite of the 2 that I'd seen when I was growing up, because it has those ridiculous action sequences.
Yeah.
2's okay. 2's fun. I think a lot of the world building of 1's really good, and a lot of the world building of 2 is just kind of lackluster to me. It just feels really I don't know, rudimentary, I guess. Not necessarily bad, but just not as cool as the first movies. Yeah. And a lot of the scenes in Zion, which is the human settlement in the real world, just aren't very good. And a lot of the introduced characters I just don't really care too much about. So, there's that. But, there are really, really fun action sequences in that movie.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth it. And I'm interested to see how I like 3. So I know that's definitely the most divisive of them.
Yeah.
I know a couple people that love 3, but most people I know are 3's not great.
Yeah. I've heard pretty mixed things about the new one. seems like it's getting kind of mixed reception.
Yeah, but the way that people are talking about it, I'm like, okay, I'm interested now.
I see.
Oh, and I did watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 again. Because I think, because we recorded the podcast last week, and then I think we watched it that night.
Oh, I see.
I think.
I thought you meant you watched it like twice recently.
No. Like, yeah, you have to. Oh, remember, because I said it, you were leaving. I'm like, no, you got to watch Amazing Spider-Man 2. And you're like, I already watched it. I'm like, no, but you got to watch it 2 times because Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's right.
That movie's pretty rough. I like it more than the first movie because the first movie just bores me to hell. And I think 2 has legitimately some interesting ideas. I like what they're trying to do with Electro in the movie. I like the base concept of what they're doing with it, but I don't like the execution.
Yeah, like Electro is one of those where a lot of the time he doesn't really like get a whole lot of like characterization.
Yeah,
I can see what they were trying to do, but yeah, the execution was just like way off. Because I like the idea of him being like, wanting attention, and that's like why he's doing it. But then I feel like it gets too muddied up with like I'm Spider-Man's best friend. It's my birthday party. I got a gap in my teeth that magically heals. Like that stuff greatly.
Well, that's what electricity does.
Yes, that's right. Also, milk does that too, according to the world of One Piece.
Oh, that's true. I knew that one already. But like the Goblin stuff's pretty rough in that movie. I think the Electro stuff's actually pretty like good in comparison. The Goblin stuff is just like, I have the Goblin disease.
Yeah, it's really not fleshed out.
It's kind of funny at times, but
I hate the design so much.
Yeah,
it's gross. I'm like, I don't like looking at this.
I don't really like. Well, I know we talked about this pretty much, I think, last episode, but I don't. I think Dane DeHaan could be a good Green Goblin with what they were trying to do, but they don't actually like go for that very well.
Yeah.
And like, spoiler alert for a 2014 movie, I think Gwen Stacy's death is like, it's like well shot, and but it's just not impactful because I just don't. What's funny is like they are charismatic in real life. Like when they were dating, they were charismatic, but in the movies, I feel absolutely nothing between them. So when she dies, I'm just like, yeah, there goes Gwen.
Because I really don't feel like there's any like big weight in terms of action behind their relationships. It's all just like fluff flirting that they do on screen, and that really like isn't enough for me to like feel for their relationship. Because I mean, like, I don't know, flirting's flirting. Like it's cute and all, but like I feel like it doesn't really get to the core of like what makes like a good relationship.
Yeah. Like people weren't talking about like Bonesaw and Tobey Maguire in the same way, like when they were flirting.
Exactly. But what's it called? Yeah, that, and it's just like, I don't know, Gwen Stacy's death is like, everybody saw it coming, like, and it's like, the reason why it was so impactful in the comics is because it's like, it wasn't common for the time. It caught you off guard. It surprised the readers.
But like, Amazing Spider-Man, both 1 and 2, is so like stuck up its own ass, and it's like edginess at times. And it's like, I know exactly where they're going with this. So it doesn't catch you off guard at all.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, based off what, shit, I probably shouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's potential, like, if they were to do a sequel to, like, let's assume they get a good writer in, and they just, like, they're like, all right, we're going to work off this continuity, but we're just going to be high quality from this point on, or whatever. They could probably do a really good arc centered around, like, his reaction to the death of Gwen Stacy, and, like, that dark arc that they were going for, that they crammed into the last 3 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah.
But he got to fight Rhino.
Yeah. And we didn't get to see it, which is, I remember the promotional material for that movie. And it's like, a lot of people wanted to see that Rhino scene. And they're just like, nope, it's the last shot of the movie. Fuck you. Maybe in that Sinister Six movie we never got. but are probably going to get now.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Future Spider-Man's looking up. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't fight Jared Leto's Morbius. That looks awful.
I mean, that's probably MCU canon.
It's really hard to say.
Just because like Vulture is in it. Like
Vulture is in it, but they've also got pictures of like Tobey's Spider-Man on like, and the Daily Bugle is from like the Tobey verse. And there's also like Andrew Garfield verse stuff in it. So it's like everyone who does like those deep dives on the trailers are like, what fucking universe is this supposed to take place in? People are theorizing it takes place in some weird, like, new universe where, like, all three of them, like... But, it's... Who the fuck knows?
And that movie comes out in, like, a month.
Yeah.
It comes out in January. You know, January releases, they're always really good.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna go see it, just...
Yeah, I mean, me too. But
I gotta know. I'm in it now. I watched the 2 Venom movies. So it's
they were exceptional.
I don't want to watch these in batch ever again. I'm just going to keep up.
Yeah, but that's what I did this week. And I've just been working on just a shit ton.
Yeah.
I'm like, I honestly don't think we're going to be able to do Read Weens until just like end of next month. Just because like I've been so busy. I'm like, I haven't been able to read it all.
That's fine.
But, yeah. Did you watch anything else or do anything else this week?
Let's see.
Do we have any Minecraft updates?
I don't, but I have a different video game update.
Rocket League.
Well, I played a little bit of Rocket League.
My brother wants to play with you, by the way.
Oh, Rocket League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give him you his username after this.
Okay, cool. What's it called? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I watched Spider-Man No Way Home twice. Let's see. I don't know if I talked about the Raimi movies. I watched those. I don't know if I talked about them on the last episode.
I don't think so.
They're good. They're good. I love those movies. All 3 of them.
Yeah. Still feel about the same with 3?
Here's what I will say about 3. The weakest part of it is the villains. Because literally just none of them get like the proper amount of screen time that they need.
I think New Goblin is able to ride off of like the fact that he was in the previous 2. Yeah. So he's probably like the most defined.
Yeah. That just makes me wish that like he got more in this movie. But like, hell, I'm not even like, usually I hate Amnesia like plots. But I actually think it worked really well for Spider-Man 3 because it like, honestly, throughout the trilogy, we never really see Peter and Harry close. It's a lot of like, yeah, we're close, we're best friends, but we never actually see it because like they've got that kind of like drama in the first movie where like Harry starts dating MJ.
Yeah, you see it in like the first 10 minutes of the first movie a little, and that's it. Because it's immediately just like, oh, drama. So yeah, it's nice to see them just like, hey, they're friends.
Yeah, that way when he does go for his redemptive arc, it's like, it clicks, because otherwise it'd be kind of like the Star Wars prequels, where it's like, wow, they talk a lot about all the fun things they did, and how, like, they're, like, brothers, but we've seen, like, none of that. Which, I mean, supplementary material kind of fleshes that out, but the trilogy doesn't really focus on it. But, what's it called? But that, oh, man. When Goblin comes and that team up, like, it's actually, like, really good. Like, that choreography and a lot of the stuff they do.
Yeah, like, the CG in the movie is pretty rough at times. Yeah. But, like, the choreography is fucking amazing in that movie. I love the action sequences in that movie. Like, I love the fight with him and Sandman, but, like, yeah, that fight with him and New Goblin where he's, like, swinging on the fucking hoverboard and shit is so cool.
And yeah, so that, I watched those, still low. Then, I don't think I watched anything else, but I beat the 3rd DLC for Spider-Man.
Pretty good?
Really good. I liked it. And then I fucking brute forced my way through the main story of Miles. And I really liked it. Really liked it. I've heard a lot of people saying that they thought the story was the weakest part. Personally, I didn't feel that way. I really liked the story. It's very similar in like the broad strokes to the story of like the PS4 Peter Parker game. But I think that it manages to like differentiate itself within like the Miles canon. And it's like, I really liked it. I just wish it was longer. Like, I felt like some of the villain, like 2 of the villains really didn't get enough. It's mainly like focused on 1, but it's kind of technically got 3-ish. So it's like, But, yeah, I really liked it. Really excited to play Spider-Man 2 whenever that eventually comes out.
With Tony Todd.
And, oh god, I'm going to have to get a PS5 before that comes out. Because I'm not going to fucking... Oh, man. Well, next year.
Well, we're going to blow up. Then Patreon can pay for it.
I mean, honestly, I can pay for one. It's just like the process of getting one such a pain in the ass that it's like I just don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But I got it for Spider-Man. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did this week.
Cool. All right, let's talk about Screen Weens over the year.
Started with Small Axe.
Wrapped
it up with
Die Hard and Gremlins. Yeah. What was the worst movie? Well, what was the second worst movie we watched this year after LaQuisha? Because I think me and you can both agree that was probably the worst movie we've watched on the podcast in general.
It was definitely the most offensive, and probably the worst. I think, let's see here. Let me just thumb through, look at some of these bad ones. To Boldly Flee narrowly misses, because that was the end of last year. Bad movies we watched. Let's see. I mean, I hated Dear Evan Hansen.
You're very welcome.
Let's see. We covered 9/11 and The Stupids, which were both awful.
Yep, that was rough.
Let's see.
Astro Zombies, I hated.
Astro Zombies was not a good movie.
It spawned a good song, though.
True. We
Dogs.
Yeah, we covered the whole season 19 of Family Guy.
I pushed that from my mind. Yeah, that was rough.
Let's see. What else bad did we watch? We had
one that I was hoping to like, but ended up I thought was just terrible. Was Fury.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to think it was amazing, but I'm hopefully it was okay. But we did cover the Beast of War in there, which was really good. I really liked that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
We did cover Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah,
which
those
were both
great.
I think they're really bad, especially the original cut.
See, I don't think that those were really bad because I think the original cut was so bewildering
that was somewhat entertaining.
I was like, what the fuck? This is hilarious that it turned out like this. And the Snyder cut is an average superhero movie that just has fucking an hour and a half of fucking fluffy filler that just absolutely overpads it.
Yeah, I'm this movie could be okay if it was 2 hours.
Right? So it's oh damn. It's we don't need 4 music videos in the movie, Zach.
We need 5. We watched Wrong Turn in the remake.
That's true.
That remake's real rough.
Yeah.
The original's real rough too, but...
Yeah, but that remake was rough on a different level. Let's see. Yeah, I think we pretty much covered all
I think in general we watched some pretty good movies though. So we were,
Yeah, we've had some stinkier years, I think.
Yeah, like a lot of the stuff we watched that was bad, we knew was going to be bad.
Yeah. It wasn't a whole lot of just coming across something and being like, oh, this was actually really bad.
Like, yeah, is there anything that that we were expecting to be good or at least okay, and then we were really disappointed in? Like, I guess, like, I didn't like Wuthering Heights, but I didn't, like, hate it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Nothing really comes across that I was, like, expecting to really like and didn't.
Yeah. I'm kind of going through here. Looking at it.
Let's see. Like, there were definitely movies that I was a little disappointed in, but... Yeah. Like, my rewatch of Isle of Dogs, definitely.
A rewatch of Hollow Man wasn't great.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one to be great, for me at least. And yeah, like Fury.
Scrooge was kind of a letdown for me. I was kind of hoping for more from that.
That's fair. You didn't like Aragon.
That's true. I wasn't expecting much from Aragon, though.
Well, maybe we gotta rewatch it.
I'm sure Pierre would love that. Fucking... Yeah. In terms of stuff that's bad, probably Loquisha, and then I'd probably give the second place to Dear Evan Hansen for me, just because, like, I suffered through that.
Yeah, I think Dear Evan Hansen is probably my worst movie of the year of 2021.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like, I've watched a lot of bad movies from this year. Like Space Jam. And like the new Ghibli movie, the 3D one, Earwig and the Witch, that's rough. And Wrong Turn and Diary of a Wimpy Kid and the new Saw movie, but...
I watched like 10 movies from this year.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting at 112. So.
Yeah. It's like, I was trying to think of like what my like overall top films of the year would be. I'm like, well, Dune, probably Scenes from a Marriage, Spider-Man... Maybe Halloween Kills. A lot of those just land on there by default.
Yeah, you're like, I only watched like 10 things.
Yeah. It's like, technically, I think if I did a top 10 list, I'd have to throw Wrong Turn on the very bottom.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I watched a decent chunk of... Not as many as I usually do. I didn't get it, but I watched like Dune and Pig and Green Knight. I all really loved. I really liked Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The new Gundam movie was fucking incredible. I really, really liked Shang-Chi.
Still need to watch. I need to.
I like Bo Burnham's new special quite a bit.
I still haven't watched that either.
The Last Duel, I think, was great. Tick, Tick, Boom, I thought was great. Annette, I thought was great. The Beta Test. Your boy, Jim Cummings. It's a classic movie.
Fuck. I need to watch that stuff. Fuck, I might, with the new year, I might go on a rental of movies that came out this year. So I feel somewhat caught up with the movie scene.
And I mean, like, I watched French Dispatch. I still haven't gotten a chance to see Licorice Pizza because it's not, like, out yet.
I think it's coming out, like, Christmas. Probably gonna go see it, like...
Christmas Day?
No. Theater's gonna be way too fucking busy for me that day.
I don't know, last year, or the year before when I went, it wasn't actually that busy. Like, when I saw maybe it's because I saw Little Women, but...
No.
I mean, like, Licorice Pizza, I don't think's gonna be super huge.
You'd be surprised. I feel like a lot of people are gonna, like, look at it and go, like, oh, this is the guy who made Boogie Nights, and this kind of looks like Boogie Nights, and it's got that really anti-Asian joke in it that everyone's, like,
just like about. In the other movie.
Whoa, just like Boogie Nights. I don't know if there's a joke like that in Boogie Nights.
No, apparently there's one in...
Licorice Pizza.
No, the other movie.
Oh, Inherent Vice.
Yeah.
Which, I saw that once in the theaters. I haven't rewatched it since, so I need to, though.
Apparently Pierre is here with your gift.
Oh. I really, really hope it's an Among Us t-shirt.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, we just started.
Is it an Among Us t-shirt?
I'm throwing this up by the window. I was just like freaking out because you thought it was something you'd catch.
Miss Pierre's coming with your gift.
Oh boy.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's your Christmas present because I'm probably not going to see you around Christmas.
Well, thank you.
We're on the podcast.
It's an Among Us hat. How did you know?
Everyone loves Among Us.
You know, your Christmas present should be showing up in the mail this week, so I'll probably get it to you next week when we record.
And I ordered all these like a month ago.
You know what's funny?
They're really slow.
Slight spoiler. Your gift is also a hat.
Is it also an Among Us hat?
No, it's not an Among Us hat.
Is that gonna fit you? It's a children's hat, Pierre!
Hold on, can you flip? I gotta see myself while I'm putting this. I can trade you places if that's easier.
Go ahead.
What was
Among
your
Us.
top movie of the year, Pierre?
Are you just gonna
Is
join
that
us for the rest of the month?
is that
We're just doing a retrospective. Yeah, we're not talking about anything.
Sure.
You can come on here. Let's move this back a little. Are you just gonna join us?
Dude, I have to stretch it.
Like I just ate something, so I don't feel like doing anything.
Have a seat.
So this is fine. Does it fit?
You look kind of cool.
Oh, thank you.
Kind of sussy.
Is it cutting off circulation to your head? Yeah, I got the gift.
Not yet.
I was really concerned because I kept on throwing something at the window.
Well. Alright, which one of you guys is the imposter?
Do. That's
Is that
not
a song?
No,
I didn't know I had a song.
there is that song. I don't know it though.
Yeah, I haven't played that game in at least probably a year. But yeah, top movie of the year, Pierre.
Yeah, top favorite
Does
movie
it-
of 2021.
That's come out this year?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So not something like an old movie that I've watched. Like I watched Aragon this year.
Okay, that's your favorite movie that you've watched this year?
Actually, we also watched the Spider-Man movie, so probably Spider-Man 2 because it's on my Letterboxd top 4.
Mm.
So
So Spider-Man 2 and
logistically,
Airborne.
it's probably Spider-Man 2.
And what about your favorite movie of the year?
That's
Of
come out this
2021,
year.
yeah. There's Clifford.
Clifford was good.
Clifford.
There's
Does that lobster video count?
Sure.
There's a video where a
But
guy
there's
goes
also
to a grocery
Spider-Man
store and
too.
gets a lobster and he raises it as his own.
Oh, nice. Sounds like a heartwarming experience.
It's pretty good.
You also watch Dune.
Oh yeah, probably Dune.
Do you like Dune or the new Spider-Man?
I think I like Dune more than Spider-Man, but that's because I really like comic book stuff, but then I don't always get a good space opera, and Dune hits that.
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, probably.
Tom Holland's in both, so that's good.
Yeah, Tom Holland really killed it as Paul Atreides.
Isn't the guy who plays Paul named Tim?
Timothy Chalamet.
I was like Timothy Holland.
Yeah. Do you think Timothy Chalamet owns a pair of Tims? He probably does.
Tims.
Yeah, but probably Dune's my favorite new movie with Spider-Man right behind it.
Okay, and what's the worst movie you've seen this year, and what's the
I
worst
am.
movie of 2021?
Worst movie I've seen this year. I think Boyhood might have been it. Because, that was just, it felt like it kept on going on and on. I had no interest whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, there's one scene where they're playing the Wii. I'm like, I played a Wii before.
Finally, I can relate to those. I played a Wii.
So, yeah. So, Boyhood's probably the worst movie I've seen all year. Because I haven't watched any David Lynch things. It's close to getting.
Yeah.
Worst new movie? Boyhood's old, so I can't say that. I probably watched something here. Usually I watch bad movies.
Yeah, let me see.
Like I probably watched like a YouTube video or an anime OVA that might be on Letterboxd and count as a movie. And I've watched some pretty garbage ones.
Did you watch?
I don't always log them.
You liked The Resort, right?
The Resort.
Oh
yeah, the one where they go to like the haunted, like abandoned hotel in Hawaii, right? Yeah, it was good.
Okay. I can't remember. Did you watch Wrong Turn with me? Yes, you did.
Wrong. Oh, the thing is, like that's like bad, but it's like forgettable. Where it's like it's just out of my mind.
Okay.
Like I still think about it's like, man, Boyhood is just like people like that, and I don't understand why. Like, I understand why, it doesn't hit me in any way.
I should actually probably be looking towards the top of my list to find something you don't like.
Like, I could just look at, like, the bottom of my list and we can just do it scientifically.
Let's see, what about, what would you not have liked? I don't know, it's been
For
pretty
podcast listeners, we're looking at our phones.
Yes, we're looking
I've listened to a lot of podcasts where they'll start doing things and then, like, it'll just be like 5 minutes of just like,
ooh, look at this.
Like they'll be saying random things like they're supposed to be like holding something up or showing pictures to each other.
Oh yeah. No, I get that sometimes when I drive and I listen to stuff. Just
like the viewers just need to look at our letterboxes and follow us so they know.
So they can be.
I think Philip. Does Philip have a letterbox? He always seems to know when like we score things. He's always like, "Oh yeah, London really liked that movie." I'm like, he's talked about Letterboxd, although I don't know if I follow him on there.
He follows me, I think. I don't know.
Philip, have I followed you on Letterboxd? Tell me in real life.
Okay.
I leave my phone over there.
When I watched it.
This is why you make lists.
Like, I could go through, like... I'm looking for what movies have come out this year that I've watched. Oh, you can do it by year. Let's see if that works.
Oh, yeah, actually. I can just go to my...
Wait, this is by year I watched it? Not when it came out, huh?
You can do both.
Movies. Okay, the first thing that comes up with a low score from 2020 is The Boss Baby, Get That
2021.
Baby. Oh, I forgot what year it was.
But here's all the things I've watched with you in 2021 from 2021. But these are my scores. Wait.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, I can't.
Wrong Turn's there, so it might just be Wrong Turn.
I'm thinking it might be. Because you liked Escape the Undertaker, right?
Yeah.
What about Cruella?
Cruella was fine. Like, I haven't seen Joker, but I'm assuming it's better than Joker.
Okay.
I think I like the character of Cruella DeVille more than the Joker.
What about Free Guy?
Fair.
Free Guy was, like, not great, but, like, I laughed once or twice.
What about
like
Hypnotic?
Hypnotic was dumb, but I wouldn't say it's bad. Like, I knew exactly what they were going for, and I think my review was like, I'm disappointed that the real plot twist was he wasn't like an octopus or something weird like that.
What
Fair.
about,
Have you guys already
What about In the Heights?
In the Heights wasn't bad. Like, I thought the music was fine, even though I don't really remember any songs.
Godzilla vs. Kong?
That was cool. That was rad. I like how like half that movie is like a bunch of teenagers swimming hiding in a cargo crate heading to China or something.
Oh yeah,
that happens.
Forgot that.
While the main plot's happening, there's that B plot, and then like that B plot does nothing until like the very end, where it's like they get to a computer and they dunk a bunch of like coffee or soda on it, and that's how they beat Mechagodzilla. Which I spoiled that movie, but a bunch of kids put coffee on a keyboard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna feel super bummed that you spoiled the fact that they poured coffee on the keyboard. But yeah, that fact that plot line was like all that amounted to is just like
that's all. I can't.
What about the Dark Web movie?
Oh, the one where it's like the guy kind of like becomes a spy for like the last third or something.
Yeah.
That was fine. Like, I like dark web like stuff.
Okay. So in general, you watched a lot of good movies this year.
Like, I usually don't watch bad movies.
Watch bad movies all the time.
I gave Zombies 2 a 1 star. I watched that movie. Remember we watched Open House?
That movie was rough. That's from the same director as Hypnotic.
I gave that less, but I might actually like that movie more.
What, Open House?
Yeah.
Because it's like the guy's gonna have sex with his mom. What?
I don't remember that point.
All right.
That's the episode, right?
That's the... Yep, thanks for... No.
What's it called? We didn't talk about some of the things we liked from the podcast this year. I know some ones that come to mind are like Funeral Parade of Roses. I really liked
that movie. Yeah, that movie was fucking awesome.
I really liked Rudderless. I wish it had a better title, but that movie was really good.
Like Rudder more.
You guys complained about that title for like 15 minutes.
We did not. We did not. It was like 4 minutes.
It feels like 15 minutes I was listening to it. I was like, this is a fine title. It reminds me of like Without a Paddle or something. I feel like it's like
should have been called Without a Paddle 3.
I feel like it's a sequel to one of those.
He's just like, my son did this horrible thing. Also, I need to find
Dude, where's my paddle?
What's the name of that guy? Fuck. The guy who like jumped off the plane. D.B. Cooper.
Yeah.
Loki?
I haven't watched Loki yet.
First time watches of the year for me. I really liked Serpico.
Yeah.
I really liked Dog Day Afternoon.
I liked a lot of his movies. Dog Day Afternoon was probably my favorite out of what we watched his.
Yeah, but I pretty much liked all of them. I know you liked pretty much all of them, except you didn't really like Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Yeah, I didn't much care for that one. And I thought...
Failsafe, you were kind of mixed on.
Yeah, I thought it was super interesting to see like a different adaptation of that same book. What's it called?
I watched Superman 1 for the first time. I really liked that one. I rewatched Superman Returns. That movie's sick.
Yeah. You guys watched all of them, right?
Yeah. Well, all of the...
Christopher Reeves
and the second Christopher Reeves.
Brandon Reeves.
Yeah. We watched Dark Knight Returns. That was a rewatch for me, but I really liked that duology.
Yeah. I generally enjoyed the DC era. That was this year.
Yeah, I can't... if I'm, looking back at it, the only one that, I didn't really like was my rewatch of Reign of the Supermen.
That sounds sick, though.
I didn't mind that one.
Yeah, I didn't, hate it or anything, but I really liked Death of Superman. And, well, I didn't like most of the sequels to Superman, but...
Yeah. 2 is like half of a good movie.
Yeah. 3 is rough.
3 is rough.
Funny.
Yeah, 4 is pretty campy and fun. And then
when we returned to DC for a bit with Justice League, that was kind of rough.
Yeah, that was like the big finale. Because we were originally planning on just like going through until Justice League came out, but then we took a break and covered some other stuff.
Justice League came out.
Black History stuff.
That's right.
Justice League.
That's why we watched Airborne.
There you go.
Because the hot dog scene.
The
hot dog scene in black and white.
Small Axe was good. I particularly liked the first one. The one with
John
Boyega, and the last one focusing on like the kid in his school.
Yeah, I want to rewatch that one because I remember really, really liking it.
Same.
Don't remember it.
Yeah, I bet. I
remember the second one, Lover's Rock, because I remember really liking that one, and I remember that one pretty well.
Yeah, I'm now that you said that, I remember that one. I remember being kind of like...
I remember liking all of those a lot, except for Alex Wheatle.
Yeah.
That one I don't remember anything about.
I don't remember anything about it either. I think he's like is he a con man or something like that?
I thought he was like a painter.
Oh.
He's a writer.
Something. But yeah, fucking yeah. Let's see. I don't have my phone on me. I don't know where
we watched the 76 King Kong and then the Peter Jackson one.
Peter Jackson's King Kong's always a pleasure.
It's so good. I love that movie.
There's one that I could talk about that's like a kind of a disappointment because like I liked the 76 one a lot when I was a kid, and I was not super into it this time around.
I was interested in it. It has some cool parts. Like there's a big monkey in it.
Mm-hmm.
They never explain why King Kong is like huge, do they?
He'd just be like that.
I mean, he's on like a prehistoric island.
Like he eat like a magic fruit or
the big fruit,
the ooze or something.
Nah.
From Teenage Mutant Ninja
I think it's
Turtles,
just meant to be like implied
ooze.
that he is an old, like ancient or prehistoric lost species of giant ape.
Though, and like they were shorter than me. I feel like if that's the logic, then the older you become, the larger you be.
True.
We watched Leaving Las Vegas this year.
Leaving Las Vegas.
I love that movie. Horrifying.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I was kind of disappointed Under the Volcano.
I still really like Under the Volcano, just simply for Albert Finney's performance alone.
Yeah.
I think
if I need to watch him, I'll just watch Scrooge.
You can watch Wolfen. That movie's got him and Edward James Olmos.
I like likes me.
But let's see. Garbage Pail Kids was a classic. Oh, here's one for you.
It was a classic.
Were there any movies that caught you by surprise that you thought you like going into it? You're like, I don't know, but then you actually turned out to like it.
Wild Hawk. I'm just kidding.
That was Chatterbox for me. I actually really liked Chatterbox.
I feel like that's the only one. I didn't like it, but it's definitely like much better than I expected.
Like if they had Chatterbox on Blu-ray, I'd pick that shit up. But let's see.
Let's see.
The first like 5 minutes of Rudderless, I was kind of like, I don't know, but then like once it got going, I was actually pretty into it.
Subspecies 2.
I went into the Subspecies movies with high expectations,
and it's met them. At least for a full moon movie.
Yeah.
I need to check the Subspecies 5. Come on, any updates?
Yeah. What's going on with that? Also, Terrifier 2, is that out yet? That was supposed to come out last October. And it got delayed. And I think...
Subspecies 5 Blood Rise will begin filming next spring.
What? I thought they had already filmed it. See, when they say that they haven't filmed it yet, that
it'll take like 20 minutes.
Makes me feel like it's never going to get made.
I don't know, well.
I need to catch up on the Puppet Master movies, too. I'm behind a few.
You should be allowed to say that you're going to make a movie until after you finished filming it.
Well, I feel like they've... Or I guess they probably don't have it.
Man, we watched some good shit this year.
Do movies ever do that where it's like... Because like video games will sometimes do that where they'll just release... announce it and release it.
There will be movies that go into like pre-production.
Cloverfield Paradox? They announced it during a Super Bowl game, and it was like, out. Now!
But that was the one that wasn't actually Cloverfield, right?
I mean, to be fair, any movie...
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely, like, tried.
J.J. Abrams would go and find
because he's a
indie
genius.
scripts, and then he'd be like, I'm gonna rewrite the last, like, 10 pages of this and just make it into shoehorn it into the Cloverfield universe.
He's replaced one of the characters with the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah, like
John Goodman's character.
Well,
he's just like the big Cloverfield monsters at a little bunker.
That'd be pretty good.
Oh, here's a movie I was disappointed in. Because I was kind of hoping to get like a similar vibe to the other movie we watched that week, but I did not like House on Sorority Row at all. I was hoping to at least, get something out of it.
I'm going to be honest. I remember watching it. I don't remember a fucking thing about it. I remember...
they accidentally killed that lady?
Oh, yeah, it's the one with, like, the girls, and they're like, their sorority mom is a bitch, and we'll just throw her in the pool, or whatever, yeah.
Into the pool you go.
But I did like Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker.
Yeah, that one was... I remember being kind of, like, mid on it when I watched it, but I remember it.
So it must mean it's good.
Yeah. It's the one where this mom, like, keeps drugging his milk.
Classic. We watched Election 1 and 2. I really enjoyed those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were having a good set right there because we went from that and then we watched a bunch of Richard Linklater films. Tape surprised me. I really liked Tape.
Yeah, Tape was really good. I also really liked we didn't watch it for the podcast, but when we watched A Scanner Darkly, I really liked that movie.
Yeah. And we rewatched School of Rock, and that's always a pleasure.
Classic. Boyhood was great. Yeah. I don't care what Pierre says. And then...
I'm busy reading reviews for Galarians.
Galarians?
What the fuck is that?
It's... Apparently they made a short movie based on a PS1 game I thought only I knew about.
Oh.
Interesting.
I was kind of disappointed when we watched, like, we were doing the Universal Monster movies, and some of those, like, the original Dracula just wasn't what I know. And
Frankenstein's good, though. Invisible
Frankenstein's
Man's good.
really good.
Creature's good.
And the 92 Dracula's really
I really like The Mummy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought The Mummy was fun.
There was like a big sand.
I thought all of the Mummy movies were
I'm talking about the old Mummy.
Oh, that one not
the Brendan Fraser Mummy.
No, that
should
one doesn't
be good.
have a big sand
Should
face.
be really good. Creature from the Black Lagoon. That was my first time watching that movie. That movie's awesome.
Mm-hmm. The Shape of Water is always great.
Shape of Water's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween movies?
Story?
Pretty rough.
No,
they like
same
fuck
monster.
the fish.
But they don't in the original.
No, it's just implied.
The monster's trying to fuck, but the humans won't let that happen.
Yeah, the Halloween franchise was pretty rough. Pretty rough.
Yeah.
I like two of those movies. I
like that.
I like two of the originals, and I like the new ones.
I like one. I like the last half hour of two. I like... I'm back and forth on 3. I used to really like it, but this most recent watch didn't impress me. I like 4. I think 4 is comfy.
You love 6.
5's bad. 6 is bad.
It's got Paul Rudd.
The Paul Rudd's the only good thing about it, and even then he's really bad in the movie.
You love Resurrection.
Resurrection's hilarious. I love Resurrection. It's like I genuinely enjoy watching Resurrection. H2O is okay. It's kind of middle of the road. Fucking enjoy Halloween 18. I enjoyed Halloween Kills. I know that one was pretty divisive amongst fans, but
it's got Jim Cummings, so
yeah, it had Jim Cummings, so that was pretty good. And I'm excited for the new one, but
Halloween Ends.
I'm sorely disappointed
Can't
in
wait
one
for Halloween
thing.
Ends 2.
There probably will be. I know that the people making these ones won't make them, but there probably will be more Halloween movies.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 3.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Rob Zombie's The Munsters is coming out, though.
That sounds awful. Anyway.
That's a real thing.
I know. It still sounds
I love
awful,
The Munsters.
I didn't... I watched a little bit of The Munsters when I was a kid, but I was always more of an Addams Family guy.
That's fair. Invisible Man 1, like original, fucking classic movie. You like that movie? That's an old movie you like.
It's like one of the few good movies made before the 90s.
And I really like the new Invisible Man as well. And then we watched the Slumber Party Massacre movies.
Yeah, those are fun.
Those are fun.
We'll have to do an episode where we cover 2 and 3 eventually.
Yeah. Same, and then we'll cover all the Wrong Turn sequels.
I mean, is that video still garnering clicks, or has...
I think it's pretty much, let's double check it.
It probably tapped out.
Yeah, you know what's going to surpass it, though? The Brown Bunny video.
Yeah, the Brown Bunny. People People can't dislike it no more.
Got him. Let's see. Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo is 32K. Wrong Turns is 22K. Brown Bunny's at 21K. It's catching up.
Yeah.
And Beastars Season 2 anime versus manga is at 5.7K. The 4th most viewed video on the channel.
My opus magnum.
When I lied, I said 319 earlier. We're at 321.
Oh, shit.
I was actually thinking of making a video today. It's like, should I watch Animatrix and make a video about it? Like, there's probably like 10 videos already about the Animatrix, especially now.
Yeah.
You should make a video
I'll
about
stick to
the ghost scene in Matrix 2.
why it's okay. Why the ghost?
Why it's okay for them to have dreads.
Because it looks sick. If it looks cool, then it's fine.
Working on a Spider-Man AMV.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like
also,
all Spider-Man?
To the Bleach song, right?
No.
That'd be a fucking sick game.
Specifically the 94 animated series.
Hydro Man.
Of Hydro Man. And
Hydro
what he
Man's
did to
great.
MJ. He didn't do that to MJ.
He impersonates Mary Jane for like a while.
Yeah.
I was only thinking
he gets
about that.
married to that version and everything. And
Yeah,
it's just
I
was actually a water clone. Bye.
It was actually Hydro Man the whole time.
Then pretty recently we watched...
Spoilers.
We did the deep dive with Denis Villeneuve, and that was really good.
Yeah. Let's see. Polytechnique made me feel bad. But
That's the guy who made Dune.
and Blade Runner
Dune
2049.
Director of Dune.
Yeah.
But Prisoners is great. Fucking...
Ensemble. That also made me feel really bad.
That one's... Yeah, that one's...
Horrifying. Like, horrifying. But really good.
What was the other one we watched?
Arrival.
Arrival, yeah.
Which you were like,
yeah. They can all be top 10 contenders.
What movie made you guys the happiest this year?
A School of Rock, probably. School of Rock, like, always puts a face on me. It's a face. It always puts a smile on me.
Honestly, probably Dune. I was very, very happy with Dune.
We did do that, we did that deep dive on Song King Ho.
We did. What movies did we cover?
We covered The Foul King, which I enjoyed.
That's
I
right.
I really liked that one. We watched Joint Security Area, which I think is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we watched Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, which I loved.
That movie's fucked up.
Yeah. Oof, that's yeah. We watched The Host, which I fucking love that
We
movie.
also watched that one where he's fucking...
middle-aged gangster guy.
Yeah. I couldn't think
The
of the
show
term
must
for,
go
like,
on.
the Korean game.
Yeah. Which I thought was, like, good because of Song King Ho, but, like, wouldn't be good with
I think that movie as a whole is kind of like, but like he's good in it, and there's a lot of scene. Like I always think of that stabbing scene where they're like chasing him with the knife. I really like that scene.
That scene later on where he's just like eating
cereal,
cereal, and he just starts bawling and like throwing at that's fucking emotional.
Yeah.
Oh. They literally, you can just put Song Kang Ho in a movie and it will make your movie good no matter what, pretty much.
Fair.
Is that true?
It is true.
Like, kind of, yeah.
There's only one movie of his that I've seen that I can't remember, and it's that period piece we watched. But
The Age of Shadows?
9/11.
Yeah. I think I was like probably nodding off through it or something. I think that's like when I was like
I really
working a
like
lot
that
and I was really
movie.
tired.
Is Reign of Fire a period piece?
The one with the dragons?
Yeah.
Isn't that based in modern day?
That's like 2015. That's no longer modern.
Do
When
modern
does it
day
become a
things, do they
period?
count as period pieces? Just current period.
To me, no.
If you're watching
Is Spider-Man
movie,
2 a period piece?
is Ferris Bueller's
Kind
Day
of.
Off a period piece?
No. Now,
Breakfast Club.
no. I don't consider them period pieces. To me, a period piece has to be like made in a different time period than the one that they're trying to portray. There are films that I think are like emblematic of like an era, like Dazed and Confused seems to capture everybody's like 70s nostalgia.
Well, I would say that is a period piece though, because
that one is technically a period piece. I guess like Ferris Bueller or Breakfast Club would capture like people's like, oh yeah, the 80s.
But Rain of Fire was made like what, 2002 or something,
and it's set. It's future period.
So they made it to
like,
represent the future, but now that future is the past.
It's like Ava, which takes place in the holy year of 2015 also.
I'll see everything happen.
We've shifted into that bad timeline where Donald Trump became president, like right before. That was the only thing we could do to stop third impact. Yeah. Oh God!
I thought that was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I was like, is that the poster?
This is a movie by the same guy who made Rain of Fire. He made this movie called Airborne.
That looks sick.
Pierre, describe this poster.
Well, it looks like a couple is enjoying each other's presence while someone's doing some sick aerial maneuvers on their rollerblades.
Seth Green is in that movie.
And then, like,
is he the lead?
I think he's one of the
two behind them.
Yeah. That movie looks like it'd be very representative of like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, oh yeah, we're so extreme
of my life.
Disney XD.
You should watch every movie that ever played on Disney XD.
We should watch every episode of Zeke and Luther.
That's the podcast you do with PA.
Disney XD had like Zeke and Luther and Aaron Stone. They showed Native Shippuden and that Pair of Kings was there. They had shows. Oh, I'm in the Band, which still has like my favorite premise for a show.
I forgot about that show.
It's great.
Star Wars Rebels, technically Disney XD.
Yeah, that was Disney XD, and so is Star Wars Resistance.
What's that one with that little Evil Knievel kid that was on there?
Kick Butowski.
Yeah.
I know the names of all of these shows.
Yeah, because you're the #1 Aaron Stone fan.
No one knows about Aaron Stone.
That's why you're the #1 Aaron Stone fan.
Like, we're the #1 and #2 Charles Band fans.
By default.
Did you watch all of Life with Derek?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know about Life with Derek?
No. Not off the top of my head.
It's like a Canadian, like, family sitcom that aired on Disney Channel or Disney XD, and it's just about like, it's kind of like, you know, Drake and Josh, but imagine if Josh was like a Canadian girl and then Drake's the same character.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole show.
Huh.
Their name is also Derek instead of Drake.
I see.
Are you checking if it's on there?
No, I'm trying to figure out what we're watching next week.
Life with Derek.
No.
Just watch like one episode of Life with Derek and one episode of Zeke and Luther.
Zeke and Luther. One of those guys went to jail.
You should just get like progressively over the course of next year, just get weirder and weirder with your picks until it's like, okay, we're watching
we don't watch Coco
Billy Mays ShamWow commercial, and then we're watching a driving instruction video from my old high school. Have fun tracking these down.
Wow. Yeah, that would, I'm sure, generate a lot of clicks.
We're watching a random mobile game ad on YouTube that plays before a video.
There we go.
Hope you get the right one.
We should just review Raid Shadow Legends.
I mean, you could do that too.
We should review ads for Raid Shadow Legends.
There we go.
I've seen some really cringe ads for Raid Shadow Legends. A lot of mobile game ads are really cringe. But
yeah.
There are a few that are like, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen some ads where I'm like, what is this? This looks cool. And then it'll like suddenly just pull out a phone and it'll be like, you're going to play. And it's like the top down view all of a sudden. I'm just like, no.
What always gets me is like the weird live action skits. And I'm like, oh, this is for... I don't feel like this is for me.
Right.
But then I keep on getting these. So is this supposed to be for me? Because it's not selling me at all. If anything, it's turning me as far away from as possible from it.
let's say like Potion Seller was like an ad for Raid Shadow Legends. Would you play it?
If it's just a Potion Seller video, and then at the end it's like, play Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
If I didn't know what Raid Shadow Legends is, I'd probably down. That concept is really funny.
You know, I feel like we're not far from just like ads just being like, let's just find some guy like in his 20s and have him make a meme.
Like, if I didn't know, I'd be like, okay, I want to know what this is. Is this like a weird visual novel, or like some like they have like live action, like I forgot the name of like the type of game, but you'd see a lot on like Dreamcast and things like that.
Oh,
like FMV games, like Night Trap and stuff.
I know what we're watching next week.
Great. Is it awful?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
All the cutscenes to Super Mario Sunshine.
It's some of them are somewhat related to the Band family. Charles Band.
Oh,
the Band family.
I was like, is that like a sitcom?
We're
all in Band.
We should watch King of Queens for the podcast.
Like all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You should just watch the one episode of every sitcom that starts like a dad character who's just
who hates his wife.
Just like
we should watch all
George
of My
Lopez
Wife and Kids.
and Home Improvement.
Is that the one with the Wayans brother?
Yeah.
I remember liking that
Everybody
show.
likes Raymond.
Everybody loves Raymond. Not anymore!
Everybody hates Chris.
I liked that show
I
growing
guess
up.
that's not about the dad, but I mainly remember the dad's like Terry
He's got a lot of predominant episodes. Yeah. But,
oh, fuck. I have 2 options for you next week. Once we're done.
Okay. Trying to think of, like, what else that I really liked from this year.
What's your favorite animated movie you saw this year?
Like, from this year, or just in general watching this year?
You just watched this year.
Let me check.
I don't have my phone. I don't know what animated movies I watched this year. Oh, the Among Us movie.
The Among Us.
Is that
what you were saying, Pete?
The Among Us movie.
Fucking... I think I watched Opal this year. That's like a Jack Stauber short. I liked that.
You should put like Twitch VODs on Letterboxd.
I rewatched Into the Spider-Verse and Princess Mononoke, but first time watch would be Hathaway, the new Gundam movie. That movie's fucking sick.
That actually might be my favorite new movie this year, now that I think about it, because I think I might like that slightly more than Dune, just because Dune didn't have any mechas.
Not yet. The worms count. And then animated show, Skate the Infinity's fucking sick. It's just Initial D, but gayer and on skateboards.
Like, what's the best show I've seen this year?
Skate the Infinity.
I'm trying to think if
What We Do in the Shadows.
I didn't finish all that, though. And I feel like I did, like, skate more than that, but it's, like, in general, I tend to like anime more than other things.
You
so
watched
about, like,
Bleach.
You
didn't watch Bleach.
I read all of Bleach this year.
That's true. Bleach got its fucking
the trailer
for the final season. Looks fucking sick as hell.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that it came out.
So I was also surprised that it doesn't really spoil anything, unlike the Attack on Titan trailer that came out like a day ago.
Oh, yeah.
It spoils a lot.
I haven't watched that either.
Don't watch that trailer if you care at all about what happens. I was focusing on me for like my PSA about don't get Attack on Titan spoiled.
Wah, wah.
Let's see. I liked the Superman and Lois show.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I think that's the only show I watched this year.
I'm just picturing Superman standing next to Lois from Family Guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what that show is. Did I watch any good shows?
I watched Always Sunny.
You watched an entire season of Family Guy.
That was righteous. Awesome. We watched the Among Us show.
There's a show?
Yeah, we made it.
I feel like I've watched multiple anime that I could just describe as Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
You can describe Attack on Titan as Among Us.
I watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1. That was kind of not
That's kind of like Among Us.
You gotta watch Part 2.
Yeah, I started it. It's much better so far.
You need to start in Part 3.
Don't really like that there's, 3 episodes where a Nazi is a prominent character. And he's just don't really like that.
No, but the thing is, he's like a cyborg, which is cool, so it's okay again.
Is he a cyborg?
I haven't seen Part 2, so I was assuming he was a cyborg.
He becomes a cyborg.
Oh. He comes back?
Yeah.
Annoying.
He's I don't know. He's generally kind of a beloved character amongst the JoJo fans.
Sig Hale in the opening. It's all stylized.
He kind of stems from the 80s and their Nazi sense of humor. It's not one of the things that have generally aged very well. There's a few things in Part 2 that have not aged very well.
But
the tequila scene. You'll get there.
Okay.
But
the first episode where he's like, I must kill you now. And he's like, not today. And he pulls out a Tommy gun and just starts shooting him. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Just get to Part 4. Part 4 is
we're trying.
Part 3 is gonna...
Part 3.
Part 3 is probably gonna be rough for you.
I thought Part 3 was good.
It's good. In my opinion, I feel like it just kind of bloated. If you really like what they're going for, then it's great.
Part 3 is very
on and on.
Villain of the week. The anime powers stands are introduced in that part, and they're very
just
basic.
Get rid of Hamon.
Well, they upgrade Hamon because stands are just
that's not cool.
Yeah. To be fair, you'll kind of see why after Part 2, its finale. It kind of gets to a point where it's what else are we going to do with Hamon?
It's kind of like in Bleach when they start off with their Zanpaku toes and their Shinkai, but then they start just using Bankai all over the place.
Yeah, but that's classic.
But Part 4 is where it starts to really come into itself.
Let's watch all of My Hero next week.
I was telling one about Gentle Criminal. He's great. He just wants to make YouTube videos and makes invisible trampolines.
Yeah. That was the last full arc I read of My Hero. And then
everything after that's downhill, honestly.
I was liking the stuff with Endeavor, but I just didn't get that far.
Isn't Endeavor Todoroki's dad?
Yeah, he's got the flaming mustache.
He's the worst. He's mean.
His wife.
Yeah, well, they were actually doing something kind of genuinely interesting with his character. He has a big
redemption arc, and he realizes, was I the baddie? I shouldn't be abusing my family? What?
Maybe I'm not my son's number one hero.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
It doesn't matter that I'm the number 2 hero. What matters to me is I'm not my son's number 1.
He becomes.
I should play Endeavor in the live
action. He becomes the number 1 hero.
And then he tries to be all bright and hopeful, and everyone's
that's an angry guy who just yells at his family all day. He's like, maybe I should fix my image so the kids don't scream when they see the man on fire.
Maybe I should start dabbing more.
Yeah.
He starts tweeting a lot.
Let's see.
That's the thing.
Pokemon, the movie.
Which one?
The new one was pretty good.
The jungle one?
Yeah. I really like that one.
I didn't watch any Pokemon movies this year.
Just Tarzan, but with talking monkeys. And then there's a kid who can talk like a Pokemon. And he's just like, oh! That was classic.
That also pointed out that I assume everyone could just talk to Pokemon.
And you're like, what?
Whoa.
Ash doesn't know what the fuck Pikachu's saying.
I would assume they knew exactly what Pikachu was talking about.
But it's just like, I
don't think Pikachu sounds like that.
Pikachu!
I feel like that's what Mino sounds like.
Meowth. Bulbasaur. I should redub. Bulbasaur. Among Us.
We should just read up all of the Pokemon.
Charizard. Charmander.
Wobbuffet.
Karibo's not a Pokemon.
Max Rebo.
But yeah, in general,
The Max Rebo story.
pretty okay. Got some good movies in.
Yeah.
Learned a lot about Thomas. Like, he loves Among Us. Like, he's wearing a hat for Among Us.
Look, I made sure to get one that wasn't, like, too much, because they had the ones where it's, like, the Among Us visor. It's, like, on the top so you can pull it down and pretend
You should have gotten that for Thomas.
But I thought that'd be too much.
No, that
like,
would've
this,
been
you could just go to, like, any event, and you just have... You should break it down. So it's okay, I'm not the monster.
And then you flip it up, but I am.
I saw... Like,
You should be able to flip it down and it should just say imposter.
There's like full body Among Us costumes. They have no arms. So you're just like in there. And you can, like, how do you get out?
Get out.
Someone has to suit you up and you're stuck in that way until they let you out.
You're stuck in there forever. Oh, you should have gotten one that said crew, but then you flip it down and it says imposter instead.
There was one there were like ones that just say like sus ? And then like you flip them over, it's like sus !
Damn.
There's a lot of Among Us stuff. The problem is just finding anything in like non-child size.
Well, yeah.
Aside from like full body suit with no zipper, that for like 6 foot, that's like for tall people. London probably couldn't wear it, but like most people.
But like you could.
Yeah.
You should put that to work. Can I wear the Among Us hat?
No, I'm wearing it.
Okay.
Does it actually fit, or is it like really tight?
It's not like really tight, but it's kind of tight.
Like after you wash it, like it might like get bigger.
Maybe.
It'll keep you warm. That's something. You should always look like that.
I should always be skating around with my Among Us hat on.
I think the blue one is the imposter because he's the only one that's hiding.
Oh,
What
you're
about
right.
the one back here? Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. Last question of the podcast. Who's the best Among Us character? They have names. Of course, we all know their names.
Craig?
I've always been a fan of Frisky Disky.
Is that a real one?
Yeah. He's the yellow one.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Liar!
Sus people lie. We should play Among Us.
This is just unraveled into Among Us. Among Us, Among Us. We watched One Piece this
The
year.
podcast
We
goes
watched
on
a couple
for
of
20 more
movies.
minutes.
Yeah, we
I
watched.
read One Piece.
Yeah.
And I read all of One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 20 chapters behind now. But
Yeah.
One Piece is really good.
It is.
I got up to Water 7 and then I was like, I need to take a break. And I started reading My Hero Vigilantes, which is good.
Mm.
It's better than the main series.
So I've heard.
Doesn't sound very hard to do.
The main character slides around.
Isn't the like Batman's character name like Knuckle Duster or something
Yeah.
like that?
Like it starts off just doing the inverse of like the beginning of My Hero, where it's like Deku talking to All Might saying, "You can be a hero too." Instead, it's just like main character slides around, does like takes out people's trash, like helps like old ladies cross the street, like doing normal, like really low level hero stuff. And then this guy who's pretty much just a Punisher, except he punches people instead of shooting them, shows up and is like, "I'm gonna teach you how to be a real hero. You're my sidekick now. You're gonna be a hero." And he's like, "I don't want to hang out with you. Why do you smell weird?" And then like this homeless man teaches him how to beat up criminals.
Nice.
Mainly because this homeless man won't leave his apartment. Because he just said, "I'm living with you now too. Don't touch my stuff. Don't ask about the smell either. I'm gonna go get some beer. I'll be back in the morning. Just that for like the first 40 chapters.
Nice.
And then things actually happen.
Sounds like if Rick and Morty were superheroes.
It kind of feels like that, so I was like, I don't know about this Knuckle Duster. We should probably wait till All Might shows up. It's like, no, we got this. We punch him. It's like, do you have any powers? No. I have brass knuckles and a grappling hook.
Nice. Huh.
I was like, hey kid, do you mind paying my hospital bills? It's like, I have student loans. It's like, just pay my hospital bills too. I'm not feeling alright, Morty. Oh. And you're passed out in a dumpster.
Nice. As Rick would.
You maybe team up with like a streamer girl or something. Her quirk is she can jump high. Like, not super high, it's like jumping like 3 feet. They can like jump, like kind of.
Alright. Well,
It's good.
are you ready to wrap things up here and
To
move
sing
on
the
to
Among Us rap? Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
We're going to do a video after this on Spider-Man.
Right now?
Yeah.
You can talk about Spider-Man if you want to.
Hey, you watched it, right?
But
Oh, are you doing like, you're doing like a review video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of late for that.
well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, I
It's only
watched a Spider-Man,
4:26.
like a long form, like, Spider-Man, like, review discussion, and apparently Sony just took it down.
Got him.
Because they were like, no long form talks about our movie.
Well, we won't be putting any footage from that
They didn't
movie,
play
so they
footage
can...
either. It was just their faces and them talking about it.
Well, if Sony deletes our video, they owe me a rim job.
God, we don't talk about rim jobs on the podcast. All right, so next week, to start off the year, we're going to do a deep... Oof, your choice. We can watch... we can watch a season of a show, or we can do a deep dive on a director.
Well, I'm gonna pick 2 seasons of a show for my next choice, so... let's go with a director.
Oh, you should have a TV show podcast.
Director. Okay, we're going to do... I was going to pick Lupin the Third Part 2.
That would have been a very long episode.
Yeah.
Alright, watch 110 episodes.
I was going to do, like...
It's
some of
cut
it.
up in it. Damn.
but instead, we're going to watch Stuart Gordon movies, who did Reanimate.
Yeah.
Excited.
So we're going to do... Did you think I was going to say Stuart Little? So we're going to watch From Beyond.
Mhm.
We're going to watch Dolls.
Mhm.
We're going to watch Castle Freak.
Mm.
We're going to watch Fortress.
Mhm.
And we're going to watch Robot Jocks. I want to read you the description of Fortress real quick. Welcome to the future where punishment is the ultimate crime. In the future, the inmates of a private underground prison are computer controlled with cameras, dream readers, and devices that can cause pain or death. John and his illegally pregnant wife, Karen, are locked inside the fortress, but are determined to escape before the birth of their baby.
That's a good movie.
And here's the description of Robot Jocks, which I think is the first. I think later they did Albert Band, which is Charles Band's dad, did the sequel later on. But Robot Jocks, the ultimate killing machine, part man, part metal. 50 years after a nuclear war, the two superpowers handle territorial disputes in a different way. Each fields a giant robot to fight one-on-one battles and official matches, each piloted by a man inside, known as robot jockeys or jocks. The contest for possession of Alaska will be fought by 2 of the best. The conscientious Achilles fights for the Americans. Opposing him is a Russian, Alexander.
That's a good movie.
So, really, really excited for those. Yeah, hopefully those are incredible. I've heard really good things about Dolls and From Beyond, and a couple good things about Castle Freak, but Fortress sounds, and Robot Jock sounds bonkers, so. I almost picked Dagon, but I didn't.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I watched that one when I was a kid, and I could never get through it. I always like turned it off because I thought it was boring, but I really want to watch it as an adult.
I mean, if you want, we can just cover that one too, because all these movies are like an hour and a half or less. But that's up to you. I know.
It is the holidays.
Want to just stick with those 5?
Yeah, let's just stick with the 5.
Cool.
We'll probably... Maybe we'll do like an H.P. Lovecraft episode or something in the future where we cover like a couple of his movies.
Alright. Thanks everyone for watching. We've done it. Another year in the fucking bag. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and next week we'll do that because I actually haven't thought of anything. So
I got a list.
Next week we'll fill up
This
the
is
bag.
the last podcast of the year.
Yeah, well.
You're skipping?
What do you mean?
This is the last Wednesday of the year.
This will come out the last Monday of the year, though.
These aren't release day of recording?
No.
Do they know?
They
Yes.
I didn't know.
know. I mean,
Say
the
it.
early episodes we literally recorded like what? Like 3 at a
months.
time? Not really at
You
a
should start
time. We
recording
did it
a
like
year
super in
ahead of time.
advance.
A year ahead of time, yeah. We should have like a podcast just like in the reserves in case we miss a week. And it's covering like, I don't know,
Random.
just a random.
The
We
movie
literally
RV.
like, yeah, the movie RV.
The RV podcast.
We should have mini episodes that we release in case like we miss a week, where we just cover one random movie, like
Or
RV.
you could record yourself like saying like every possible syllable and then have like an AI write episodes. And then like
So we can have episodes after we die.
you'll do nothing and it'll just always go on.
There we go.
Alright. Switch spots with me.